Hey, what's going on, everyone? Happy Friday. Hopefully, you guys having a good one so far. I'm just going to give a brief synopsis on breaking free from others' opinions forever, right? I think that it's safe to say that we've all been there at some point in time where we might have been stuck in the cycle of like just seeking validation from other people, constantly worried about what they might think of us and allowing their opinions to dictate our every move. But that type of constant need for approval is not only exhausting, but it can also hold you back, from really, truly living the life that you want. Think about it. Like when you're so focused on pleasing other people, you're not really living for yourself, right? You're not taking the risks that you would have. You're not pursuing your passions like you would have. You're not being your authentic self, which you should always be, you know. And I think that we can, all agree that, like, the fear of what others think is kind of like a confidence killer, if that makes sense, right? Like when you're worried about being judged, when you're worrying about being rejected, it's not, I won't say it's not, but it's it's hard to take those leaps of faith, It's hard to make those tough decisions or even speak your truth as well. And let's be real, like who hasn't experienced, the fear of putting themselves out there only to be met with disapproval and criticism and things of that nature, right? It's a miserable feeling, right? But what if I said, there's a way to break free from, that cycle of self doubt and people pleasing as well. Like what if you can learn to just trust yourself? Trust your instincts, trust your decision making without needing the approval of others, you know. So for a lot of us, the need for that validation is deeply ingrained. Like we've been conditioned to, seek approval from our teachers, parents, friends, strangers, even, people on social media. But the thing is that when we rely too heavily on others for our own self worth, we become vulnerable to their criticisms, their opinions, and negativity. And let me just say, it's a big load to carry, but what if you could shift your focus inward, inside of you and find your sense of self-worth in who you are rather than what others might think about you? What if you can learn to just accept and love yourself, flaws and all, which I feel all of us should do. We should always love ourselves, flaws and all. Nobody's perfect. And I always feel like the ones that might try to point out or pinpoint little things that may or may not be wrong or whatever, it seems like those are the ones that are like they feel like they're perfect, they can't be touched, all of those things. But there's nothing wrong with them. When in reality, maybe that's just something that they're afraid to face, you know. So just something to keep in mind with that. Just love and accept yourself who you are, flaws and all, right? And one of the most I guess if you want to say powerful or strong ways to like break free from, the opinions of other people is just really, you know, focusing on like building your self-awareness. By that I mean, just get to know yourself, your values, your strengths, your weaknesses, and then when you have a clear understanding of who you truly are, then you should be less inclined to seek validation from other people. You'll be more confident in your decisions. You'll be more authentic in your relationships, friendships, more resilient in the face of criticism, adversity. You know, Self compassion, I feel, is another one too. Like treat yourself with kindness, understanding, patience, just as you would a close friend. And when you learn to be gentle with yourself, then you'll be less affected by, the opinions of others. So, I just come to realize honestly that like breaking free from the opinions of others, it's not a one time thing or a one time achievement, but I feel like it's an ongoing process or a continuous one, and it takes a lot of effort. It takes an extreme amount of patience too, but the rewards are definitely well worth it. And when you just learn to trust yourself, to accept yourself, love yourself, then you'll be unstoppable. You'll be free to live the life you want, without apology, without explanation, and really without the need for approval from others, you know? So, but yeah, I just want to give a brief synopsis on this. Like I said, breaking free from others' opinions forever, right? Um, Obviously, one way too is prayer. I feel like that should be number one. If you need to pray, if you're one that does pray, I feel like that's a way to break free from it too. Um, just ask the Most High for strength in that area or whatever it is that you might need. So, yeah. And then one more thing I'll add too. I just popped in my mind. You just have to try to quit broadcasting your every move, you know, and just make it happen. Like some people are like chasing that validation when they should be focused on manifestation. So again, some of you are chasing validation when you should be focused on manifestation. So let that sink in, let that marinate, you know, just be quiet and focus, or just keep to yourself and focus. And, if you're having a hard time in that area, then just pray about it. Just ask the Lord, just help me in this area where, I might, need help in, when it comes to, instead of broadcasting your every move, just do it. Just allow for your actions to speak for itself in that area. You know, there's no need to let everybody know every little thing that you're doing. Just do it. Just let the results, I guess, speak for itself. You know, allow for people to see that. Don't say you're going to do something. Especially while you're doing it. And then to me, it's like that allows for people to pray, not in a good way, but they want to prey on your, downfall, you know. So just something to keep in mind. Um, but yeah, I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in to another video. Please hit the like button. Um, if you haven't already, when you first came in, or if you haven't during the duration of the video, I would greatly appreciate that. And as always, continue to stay safe, continue to stay hydrated and monitor your health. And most of all, continue to be blessed and encouraged. All right, y'all take care and have a good one.